Hi, and thanks for tuning in. This is the Learn with John Eick podcast, and today is day, it's 121. Maybe it's 121. Maybe it's day 121 of my 180-day drive to school and work, this place where I learn and love and work with people who are incredible. Gosh, there's a short riff today because I started late because I'm already at the stoplight. It got some technical difficulties, but here's the deal. Recently I'm riffing on innovations in education and how that applies to the way that we work in the industry that we do, this people-driven industry that lacks, a lot of artificial intelligence and robotics. We don't do a lot of that. We're a people-on-people industry, and the people are what seem to matter here in making a difference. You want to know what makes a difference in the school? You'll be able to point to a person typically, and if it's a process, it's a process that was developed by a person. So people seem to matter, and one of the things I was riffing on recently with a colleague of mine is like, and I don't get if the numbers are really straight on this, so don't check my numbers, fact checkers out there, but like it's just strange that in our industry, like 90% of the certificated workforce is in the classroom, right? That's 90% of the work is you're a teacher, and then like the only perceptible promotion is get me out of the classroom. And you go, okay, well, if that's what a promotion looks like, then 90% of us who are potentially wanting promotion to outside of the classroom are seeking out 10% of the jobs. The pyramid's too thin at the top, too thick at the bottom. There's not enough ways to promote everybody, and it's really tough for the small organizations because what happens in the small organizations is like good people go, hey, I'm ready for promotion, but there's nowhere to go in the small organizations, so they leave to a larger district and often get absorbed by the Borg of the large district. But I guess even in the large district, the numbers are the same when you look at percentages. 90% of the jobs are in the classroom. Now look, I get it. Not everybody's like, I don't want to leave the classroom. I don't want to be. That's not what promotion looks like to me. And other people have figured out ways to say, you're elevating your way through salary, or you're elevating your way through like title. Maybe you're a department chair or a team lead. And okay, I check. I get all that, but what is it that we're looking for? I think as educators, we spend, all day in a classroom filled with children. And at some level, at some point in your career, maybe it's that 7-year itch, maybe it's the 10-year mark, maybe it's 15 years, whatever it is, at some point you're like, man, I am looking for some recognition that says like I should be working with adults in the industry, sharing with other adults the things which I've curated over my time with the children. And in reality, like there's just there's this theory that like working with adults is better than working with children. Now, I gotta push back on that a little bit, but I won't. That's for a different podcast. It is great working with adults. Don't get me wrong. I was just playing. But this idea that like, hey, I want to go into coaching. I want to go into mentoring. I want to go into into the next level. Hey, I want to go to administration and run the schools. I get that. Like, so how do we then? And I don't have an answer, especially in this short little podcast right here. But how do we then create that promotability? That hey, I'm going to get you out of the classroom working with adults without actually 100% leaving the classroom, because leaving the classroom again, there's 90% of us got to be in the classroom to keep these places functioning. And if a bunch of us, if we all leave the classroom, who's going to be in the classroom? So I work with the most amazing people. One of the teachers that I've jammed with for years and years and years, she's one of the smartest people I know. She's always pitched this idea of like, hey, I want to be a coach, but I don't want to be a coach full time and out of the classroom. I want to be a coach that's still teaching, a certain percentage of the day / week, whatever that looks like. And then because she says, hey, if I step out of the classroom in a very short amount of time, I lose authenticity. How could I coach someone else to do that which I no longer do? And so like I noodle on that concept, like how could you create, peer coaching models where we are jamming with other adults, and I've seen action research and peer group peer lesson design studies where people worked together on the craft, and that was bucket filling because it was a portion of the job that was not with the kids but was feeding into one another and had this sense of value to it. And I go, ooh, there's a thing there. How do you build that into the profession and not maybe, I guess, not just at a school site, but across entire systems where we go, hey, this is what it looks like to scratch that itch, whatever that, we'd have to define it, put your finger on it. What is it that we're trying to scratch? And then we go, this is the solution. Here's a solution. You could, a part of your job, and again, this is tricky because it can't be just in addition to. Oh, cool, you want to be a peer coach? Awesome. That's in addition to the 80-hour work week that you already have where you're paid 40 hours, right? It can't be that. It can't be, oh, cool, let's develop peer coaching models that we do in addition to that which we already do, which already can't be fit inside of a 40-hour work week. So like, asterisk disclaimer, it's not this and that, right? Or yes and that. It would be like, how do we build this into the expectation of the workload, but make sure that the workload is offset by it, right? So like, hey, instead of having 5 teachers teach a grade level, you have 6 teachers teach a grade level. Instead of 5 teachers teaching 5 classrooms full of kids, you have 6 teachers teaching 5 classrooms full of kids. Then you utilize that extra staffing, to design, peer coaching models where it rotated in and out, of each other's classrooms. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I just want to tell you that today I'm scratching on this idea because I'm looking for innovative ways to reimagine the industry so that we all get that feeling of promotion without inventing top-heavy, school sites filled with jobs that great, now everyone's out of the classroom and nobody's in the classroom. I don't know. I'm just riffing. My name is John Eick. You can find me on the Twitters at John_Eick. If you got ideas on this, hey man, hit me up. Hit me up via email, via Twitter. Find me on my little website, learnwithjohneick.com, and drop me a nugget. Where have you seen this working? Because I know it's out there. And look, I'm in an innovative space. I might just steal your idea, put it to work, and I'll report back on the podcast how it's working for me. All right. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you next time.